compliment because I used to read fight news all the time. You know what I mean? Probably went that way. What are you talking about? It's big numbers.
Every dog gets water.
Hold on. Let me take the fees first. Are we going to start with Lamont right now? Yeah. Hold my mic, okay? Where do you want?
Alright, same shit. Oh. I did the same shit, bro. Look at me. You got much better on. Got him too. Good shit.
Okay.
I have one.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ready? All right, everyone, we're going to start with Lamont Bush Jr. Any questions for Lamont and his victory today?
Mohammed Mubarak with the Electronic Program Report. As the fight began, the two of you seemed like you were sizing each other up. What was going through your mind at that time? And when did you finally feel like you were getting in sync with this guy?
Yeah, definitely for the first round I was feeling out. He had a tall, lengthy frame. I just wanted to see, test his range out, test my range out too, to get more comfortable with how I'm throwing out.
We got somebody there.
Did you feel that you had any power throughout the fight?
No, not at all. But he carried like the same pop throughout from 1 to 12. It's not like he's pop that.
What's next for you?
I'm the mandatory for the WBA world title, man. So, what's his name? Roger Gutierrez and Hector Garcia will be fighting August 20th. Most likely I'll be there to address the person I'm going to fight.
A lot of the ground by round boxing, Lamont. First off, congrats on a well-earned victory. My question here is, like you brought that up with Garcia and Gutierrez, fighting either one of those is obviously, you're the mandatory, that's obviously the next step you want to take is the winner. Does it concern you just knowing how the WBA tends to kind of run around with a lot of mandatories? Is that something that concerns you about maybe ending up having to fight for some type of regional or some type of version of it before getting the winner?
Well, yeah, I've just been through the ringer with them because I was originally supposed to fight Roger before I fought Rene Alvarado for the title. They did the belt cleanup and B-Hop was set up to fight Roger. Everybody knew about it. So, that was put me through the WBA shit that's right there. But they got it right. This is the final eliminator. This one is the final eliminator. We got it on paper, signatures, and everything. So shout out to the WBA, and I'll be the next champion.
And how do you see the fight with, I suppose, either one of them, just the way they match up with you and stylistically? Is there a preference that you have?
Is there a preference I have? No. Whichever one is, it will be the whether it's Roger or Garcia. Thank you.
Cameron, you've heard Voice of the Fans. You said you're going to be there to address your next opponent. Want to give an early message for that, whoever that opponent may be?
Yeah, you would. I mean, if they see this, they know what's coming for them. I'll probably be there like ringside. So after they win, either I'm going to shake their hand or smack them upside the head, one of them. Depending on how they take me approach it.
Or how that fight goes.
Oh, how that fight goes.
additional questions? One more? Go ahead.
Last question, same subject, those two guys fighting on the 20th. Who do you think will come out on top?
I don't know. I think Garcia showed that he's a pressure fighter and he fought behind. Roger just beat a pressure fighter and Renee Alvarado. So we'll see. If Roger's boxing at one point that night, he might be able to overcome Garcia for sure. And then he's the champ. So we'll see.
Thanks so much, Marshall.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Lamont.
All right, thank you.
Congratulations on your victory. All right, next we have Alexis Rocha, who also had victory today. Vacant NABO welterweight title against Luis Ferrell. Any questions for Alexis Rocha? Okay.
What's up, guys? What's up, everyone? Sorry.
Hey, Alexis. So, Gabriel Alvarado, round by round boxing.
What's up, brother?
I know, man. Good to see you, man.
Good to see you, man.
Right back at it, man. It's good to see you. Coming off of that the victory over Hobbs. Right here, got to be main event on a huge card here at Staples Center. Tell me about how that feels. You're right down the block, man, Santa Ana.
Oh man, it's electrifying. You know, when you go out there and you hear your crowd chanting your name and just cheering for you, it's an amazing feeling. I can't describe it. It's the best feeling ever.
Right on, man. That's great to hear. Now, you had a bit of a tough guy in there. Slippery. Didn't want to present himself. Didn't want to exchange. Definitely, just wanted to see the final bell. How did you feel in that fight? How did you feel during the fight? And what about it made it so complicated?
I felt good. I felt very good going in the fight. Luis Ferrell's a tough guy. I give him credit. He's pretty much my 7th opponent that was offered to me. He stepped up and took the fight. But it's hard when you fight guys like that don't want to engage, just pretty much on their show the whole night. They want to survive.
Now, moving forward, what do you want next?
I want big names. I'm climbing up that ladder. I got this WBA, the NABL belt, but I want more. I want the world title. I want bigger names.
Virgil Ortiz is there. Is that a fight, in-house fight? It seems like it would be something that'd be easy to make. Is that something you want to see after the McKinnon fight?
Yeah, definitely. It's an easy fight to make. Definitely in the future, our paths will cross. My respects to him. He's a game opponent. He's a game fighter, and I'm a game fighter too.
No, man. Thanks so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you, brother.
Alexis, just one quick question. No one likes to lose, but do you believe that loss to Blair Cox was like a blessing now, where you're at now? Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. But I mean, even against Rashid, that's my fault.
Yeah.
So the loss to Rashid Ellis now, do you feel that blessing really focused you more, give you that more motivation to where you're at now in your career?
100%. I feel like I've gained more confidence by losing. I don't know if that makes sense, but once you lose, you pretty much get all this pressure off you. And that's exactly what happened to me. I put all the pressure off me and I just didn't put any pressure to go in that ring and have fun. And I felt like that's what I did that fight. Just put pressure on myself and it led to a downfall.
Thank you.
Thank you, man.
Hey Alexis.
What's up, brother?
Smith here with Juice Productions. You dominated tonight. You look so poised.
Thank you.
What about your training helps you keep that poise?
What was that?
What about your training helps you keep that poise? You dominated tonight. You look so calm doing it.
My training camp, you said?
Yes.
Oh yeah, training camp's always good. It's always great. Work on the good and the bad. You gotta work on defense. You gotta work on your head movement. Anything you can lack, anything you do good. You just gotta keep evolving as a fighter. And I feel like that's what I'm doing, evolving as a fighter, as each separate fight. Thank you, bro. This is honestly pretty cool. I've never done one of these, so thank you guys. And thank you for every minute of it.
Hey Alexis,
What's up, man?
Jeff Zimmerman, FightWings.com. Great fight tonight.
Thank you.
It looked like in the 4th or 5th round, you really picked up the pace and that you might stop them. You were knocking them from post to post.
Yeah.
Did you think you were going to stop them in that round? You seemed to lean over a couple times.
Yeah, I believe it was one of those rounds that really hurt him to the body, and he wasn't engaging at all. And that was a little bit of my fault, taking that foot off my pedal for a little bit. I should have followed up the next round. But no excuses. I messed up my hand that day, tonight, and no excuses. Verone is a tough fighter, as tough as they come.
All right, thanks, man.
No, thank you.
Muhammad Mubarak with the Electronic Urban Report over here.
Man.
Great performance you put on tonight.
Thank you.
Is there anything that you think that you could have done more than what you've done tonight?
I think follow up more, using my jab, not really to throw it out there to just hit him hard. I think using it more as a range fighter, as a range to find my range and shooting that left. Just pickpocketing him with that left hand. I feel like I was loading up too much on my left hand.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate this performance?
Honestly, I'm very critical of myself. I'll rate it about a 6 or 7. I'm very critical of myself. I'm my biggest critic.
Very good. Keep up the good work.
No, thank you.
You're doing well.
I'm doing all right, right?
Alexis over here. Seems like you're enjoying this moment.
Yeah.
Did you hear the loud reaction and pop you got when you walked into the arena?
Heck yeah, I heard that, man. It's my coach is always telling me just enjoy the moment. Walk very slow, and that's what I did. Just soaked it all in.
What was that feeling like? You became the de facto headliner because Virgil Ortiz had to pull out of his last fight.
Yeah.
You became the headliner. It was a great showcase opportunity for you. Do you think that was the big break you were looking for in your career?
Yeah, I believe I rose to the occasion to put on a performance, to win and to get a knockout. And I think that's what I did. Now my career is progressing. I just want to thank Golden Boy, Robert Diaz, for everything they do for me. This is my time.
How would you assess your overall performance? You said you're critical of yourself. What do you think you could have done better?
I lead more lefts instead of loading up with one punch. I should have followed up with more body shots downstairs, and I could have got him out easier, honestly, or could have been the first one to get him out. But I'm very critical of myself, and he's a slippery opponent, like you guys mentioned.
Gotcha. And did you feel like he was in survival mode, where you just had to really press the issue on him?
Those are the hardest guys to fight, because when a fighter is really there on their show and not engaging too much, that's the hardest fighters to fight, because they just try to survive. They don't even try to engage. No, thank you.
And I gave a little bit around. I have one more question for you.
Yeah,
I'm glad you brought it up earlier. They asked you about how the training camp went and stuff like that. When we last spoke after the Cobbs victory, I remember you telling me the difference that you felt in training camp was less hard rounds of sparring and just more focus on game plan, technique, things like that. Is that something you kept going into this camp?
Yeah, exactly. Sparring's hard as it is, and when you're going 10, 12 rounds, you don't want to just put that wear and tear. Sometimes you got to take a little break off sparring. I always say that's like the rough draft to the final draft, which is obviously the fight for the final draft, but the rough draft, is sparring. Whatever you show in sparring is what you're going to do in the ring. But aside of that, you have to really take it down on your body. You don't want that wear and tear. You don't want those bruises, those injuries.
Got it. Thanks so much, man. Congrats again.
Thank you.
Any additional questions for Alexis? Okay, thank you so much, Alexis. And
Thank you, guys.
congratulations on your victory.
I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much.
All right, now we will have Robert Gaspari, COO of Golden Boy Promotions, come and
Thank you
do
guys for watching.
a quick statement and take any questions
Gentle,
about
fun.
Golden Boy. Welcome, Robert.
Hi, everybody.
That's like content creator, just helps the
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much. On behalf of Oscar De La Hoya and Golden Boy Promotions, what a great night. What a great night. We have the attendance. It's not the official, we're still kind of calculating the final numbers, but it came out to about 11,288 tonight. It was a great audience, a great group. I want to tell everybody a quick story before Ryan gets here. And and he'll share it too. So last night we were doing the rehearsals, and Ryan was here at the Crypto.com arena, and we went into the ring, and he's doing a little shadow boxing in the ring, and then he goes, boom, knockout. I go, Ryan, is that where you're gonna knock him out tonight, tomorrow night? And Ryan goes, yes, right here. So at the end of the fight, he walked by me and he goes, I told you I'd do it. Right there, that's so, you know, Ryan has it. He really, he has what it takes, and Golden Boy, we're really pleased with and happy with the performance and everything they did. So you don't want to hear too much from me, you want to hear from Ryan. But I'll take any questions I can't answer.
Great evening of boxing. What are the challenges of putting together a Davis fight and Garcia fight?
Well, the challenges we face is, you know, getting the right venue. When we have the opponent, we really have to like look at where, you know, somebody for like with Ryan's stature, where he is. We kind of have each time we have to kind of make it bigger and better. And where else to do it here is in Crypto.com, former Staples Center, where the Lakers play. It's LA. Ryan's from Victorville. I mean, this whole arena, we put on some great fights. I look in the back, there were the fights we did here, Golden Boy, we did Mayorga and Mosley. We have Oscar's great fights here. Oscar has his statue up there. So, you know, this is like an iconic venue. And having somebody like Ryan Garcia come in here, this is him. This is his home, LA. He loves fighting in this town. So we look to do bigger and better places. But this, you know, I want to say again, thank you to everybody at Crypto.com Arena, Lee Zeidman, his people. I mean, without these guys, you know, supporting us and bringing this together, our sponsors, Hennessy, Bet Online, there's a bunch, but without these sponsors, we can't put on these big fights. So hope I answered the question.
He looked very well at 140. You want to keep him at 140.
You know, we have to go back and see. There's a lot of great fights at 140. That's kind of a question where they have to come back with, you know, Ryan, with Oscar, our matchmaker, Robert Diaz, Eric Gomez, our president, and they're going to see the best fights for Ryan, and you know, he's on that verge of becoming, you know, the superstar. He is. So we just want to get those big fights. And he's talked about Tank Davis. We'd love to get that fight happening. So, you know, we're here as Golden Boy Promotions. We put on the biggest and best fights. So we're up for anything.
Cameron, you could hear voice of the fans right straight here. You just mentioned the Tank Davis fight, and Ryan, after the fight, Ryan was emphatic in stating that he wanted to fight Tank next. Are you, as a promoter, just excited to line that fight up for him?
Absolutely. I mean, that's the fight that everybody wants. Everybody wants to see that fight. You know, we all have to come together as promoters and do what's right for the fans. And if it's the networks, you know, you can't have one network saying no, we have to be exclusive. You know, we're on DAZN, and DAZN has been really great with the Golden Boy. So whatever other promoter we work with, you know, Tank's promoter, and network, DAZN has to be involved in that fight. So hopefully, you know, and they have done it already with other promoters, with other networks. So why not share it? So it's easy.
I know it's early, but what's the time determination about that fight? What's the time schedule?
You know, it would be at the end of the year. I just don't know exactly what month it would be. We'd have to, you know, go to a lot of calendars and see what's available, the dates are available. But, you know, that's going to be a mega fight. And, you you know, that's gonna have, you know, we have to find a big enough location for that. But I wouldn't mind taking it back here, but that's something we have to discuss internally.
So Ryan is a prolific content creator in addition to a super talented boxer. How much does that aid in the promotion of a fight like this? And how do you see that going in future fights? Is he setting a trend here?
You know, Ryan, everybody knows with social media, he has over 9 million followers, and he's a master at it. He is so good. He develops his own content. He knows he's really good with the public. He knows what, you know, sells. He knows his brand. So he is really, really good. It helps us with the promotion. You know, Ryan, behind any promotion, it's going to be, you know, people have to look at that. Any other promoter is that we bring so much to the table with Ryan and his social media, and, you know, with all his other endorsements. I mean, there's only a certain amount of arena fighters. You know, you have Canelo, you have, you know, I think Ryan Garcia too. He's getting there. He's not the level of Canelo, but he fills houses and, you know, he puts butts in seats. So he is, you know, with him back in the fight, it's just going to be amazing. So anything he does. Thank you. Okay, just waiting for Ryan.
Any additional questions for Robert Gaspari? No? All right.
Okay, thank you so much, everybody.
Oh, you
Thank you
have
for
one?
coming.
Okay, well done.
One more.
How you doing, Keith? From BoxingScene.com. You expect that Ryan has now said, he said it in the ring, that he's not going to fight at 135 pounds anymore, that he's going to fight strictly at 140. Do you expect that to be a potential obstacle to making the Tank Davis fight, even though Davis has fought at 140 once?
I don't think so. You know, listen, they're going to have to come together on the weights. They're going to have to, so many moving parts with this. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people were waiting for tonight's fight, for tonight's results. I'm sure Tank was watching and everybody else that wanted to see. I think Ryan made a statement tonight. So I think it's just going to be, we'll see. I mean, I really just can't comment more on the weights and so forth. It's, I'm the COO, I handle operations, and I get the venues and put the networks together, but when it comes to the putting all the fights together, that's more of an Oscar, Eric, Robert Diaz, and so forth. So.
Hey, Robert, Gervonta, Round by Round Boxing. I've got a sort of different kind of question. Just Golden Boy was very crucial, had a big potential hand a couple years back in setting up programs like LA Fight Club to kind of show off and host prospects and new talent as they were coming up in the ranks. And is that something that Golden Boy is potentially bringing back, sort of setting something up like that, just on a regular basis, get a lot more activity going, things like that for prospects and upcoming fighters?
Yes, absolutely. We're doing a series with DAZN. It's a Thursday night fight series. We're doing it out. It's Golden Boy on DAZN Fight Night. It's Thursday nights. Our next fight is at Fantasy Springs Casino in Indio. I believe that is the 28th. So that's Fantasy Springs has been a great partner. Once we get additional dates from DAZN, we will start again with the Velasco series, and we'll absolutely, we're going to do as many dates as we can, and we have a lot of great fighters, and we have a lot of great talent coming up. So we're just looking for put them on these shows. So,
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Manu?
Hey, so earlier this week, Steven Espinoza said that he only sees one network for a potential Gervonta Davis Ryan Garcia fight. Considering the history of both sides, how realistic do you think a fight is, considering the business has to make sense as well?
It's very realistic. You know, I like Steven Espinosa. He used to work for Golden Boy. So, like, we've known him for a long time. You know, anything can happen. I mean, I hope everybody here writes about it, do the fight, but there's no way we're going to just do it without DAZN involvement. I mean, DAZN's been with us. DAZN helped us build Ryan. You know, how would it be if, you know, you just take them away and, you know, to do an exclusive with Showtime? I mean, Showtime has done split broadcasts, so there's absolutely no reason why, you know, they shouldn't do it this time. You know, it doesn't make sense, and, you know, and it's not going to happen. It's going to happen with DAZN involved.
Absolutely, and just in regard to one of your other fighters, it was reported today that Seniesa Estrada is no longer with Golden Boy. What essentially led to that split, and what did you try to actually make it? What steps did you guys try to actually make it happen?
You know, Seniesa is a great fighter. You know, she proved herself. She's been with Golden Boy a long time. We gave her a platform. We built her up. Golden Boy provided her with, you know, the blueprint like we always do, fighters that we bring up. And then what happens is, at the end of the day, I don't know if it's numbers or whatever, it's, you know, we can do so much. You know, as a promoter, a lot of times they look at us as the, you know, why can't we do more or whatever. There's a great deal of money that's involved that we do to put these shows on. And, you know, it's, you build these people up, fighters up from a 4-round to a 6-round or a 10-round or a championship. And so I can't comment on the details of it. I know there's some stuff that's still fluid. We wish Seniesa the best. She's a wonderful person. I'm sure she'll do good wherever she goes, but you know, there's not too much more I can say about Seniesa, though. I wish her luck.
Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Robert.
Okay.
I believe Ryan is almost here. Give him about 5 more minutes to get ready to come out and talk to you.
Thanks, everybody. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much.
I didn't know that. I didn't know anything about that. That's crazy. She was on the broadcast. She was supposed to fight on Berkeley's card, right? I guess that's not happening anymore, I guess.
Well, that's the reason they brought Yoka to make the fight.
Right.
That was the only
That was
reason.
all right. Wow. Interesting.
Can it be money?
Wow, I wonder what happens now.
It has to be money, like.
It has to be. It has to be. Yeah.
I mean, I guess they don't learn from the past. They have a signed contract. You can go nowhere. But what he says is true. They build her up. But unfortunately, this is a business. Yeah, make your money too.
Keep building. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That would be the question because Yoka actually was
I saw her. Yeah, yeah.
I would have jumped on her like if I knew this
Yeah, I
early.
know, right? How much was that bottle pop? And it comes with the stand? Yeah? Oh, that's separate.
No, it's completed. Like brand music, one key, five, one key.
Okay, can we just get a quick cue on who would like to ask a question? Here, here. Anybody? Okay.
At least 1080. Took a long time. Yeah, the other two we wanted to like this for 25 minutes. Actually,
You put it right here, Paul? Yeah.
All right, everyone.
Thanks.
Let's start off with Keith.
Keep going up there. Ah. Yeah, first shot. Good job.
Ryan over here. This is the other way. The other way. BoxingScene.com. Congratulations on your win. You mentioned in the ring that you're done entirely with 135 pounds. Do you think that do you think that Tank will want to fight? I know he's fought at 140 once. Do you think that's a potential obstacle toward making the fight if you would have to have it at 140?
No, I think he'll be more comfortable at 140. He's had problems making weight in the past, so any jump in weight probably will help him.
Manu?
Ryan over here. You mentioned that you're going to be transparent in the negotiations of this fight several times leading up to this promotion. Your purse was reported as $2 million for this fight. What is the number you're looking for as far as cracking that nut to fight Davis?
I'm looking for a number in particular. I'm sure it'll be a lot of money. I'm just looking to make the fight happen.
He said, see you guys at the end of the year, kind of a cryptic tweet right after the fight. Do you think he's warming up to the idea just as much, kind of like Spence and Crawford did? Kind of you guys finally realizing this is the fight to make?
I just can't believe, I just don't like that he just doesn't make things clear. You know, if he says see you in December, make things a little bit clear. Fine, let's get it on. I mean, I feel like I'm very transparent in the way I talk. I call him out, not because I'm thirsty, I call him out because that's generally what I want to do. So we'll figure it out with the team and we'll make it happen. I want to do this for the people, and I know everybody wants this fight to happen. So I'll put in my whole heart to try to make this fight.
Joseph Hammond, Round by Round Boxing. Congratulations on your big win tonight. If the Tank fight can't be made next because of the politics of boxing, would you say at 140 there may be some titles that are open up with Josh Taylor moving up? What would be the next best thing for you if the Tank fight doesn't happen next because of politics, not because of your best effort?
So you said hypothetically, if that fight for some reason doesn't happen, which I don't see that happening, but if it doesn't happen, then I want to fight Teofimo Lopez at 140.
Hey Ryan, first of all, man, congrats on the victory. How satisfying was this victory? You predicted that you would get the knockout. We thought he would give you a run for your money. And what are you going to do on your end to make the fights with either Teofimo or Tank?
I mean, do things how you're supposed to do them. Just contact with your team, make sure that they let them know that we want to fight, and then they send an offer or we send an offer, and then we figure it out. I can't really get into, I can't really explain it perfectly because that's something that Lupe or Golden Boy would have to try to work out.
Excuse me, sir.
Hey, what are you doing, man? Why are you wearing Dems? Why are you wearing Dems? Just kidding. You always wear Dems.
Hey Ryan, congratulations on your win tonight. You're emphatic about wanting to get Tank in the ring. What is it about Tank Davis that you feel you can take advantage of when you guys meet? When you guys do meet in the ring, whether it's the end of this year or early next year?
I think it's not so much about Tank. It's just about the people. The people want me to fight Tank. It's not so much. It could have been Devin Haney if the people wanted Devin Haney. You know, these people stayed out, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, an hour after my fight, and they're screaming, "We want Tank." I told everybody. I walk around any place. Doesn't matter if it's Texas. Doesn't matter if it's New York. Doesn't matter if I'm in a different country. They just say, "We want Tank." So I'm gonna give the people what they want, or I'm gonna try to. And what can I take advantage of him? I mean, I know that I have more speed than him. I know that I'm taller, and I know that I'm bigger. But we'll have to see when we get in there. It doesn't really matter about how he fought or how I fought this fight. I've learned that once you get in there, the fight starts unfolding for itself. And I'll figure it out when I'm in there.
Would you be just as confident to fight Devin Haney?
Of course, I have history with Devin Haney. I know what could get him. I know that he's a good fighter too. All these guys are great fighters. I just feel like I have something in me that can elevate me, surpass them. Because I honestly feel like it's just who I am. Yeah, it's just who I am. I'm different in a way. And I will beat these guys. I will do everything in my power to beat them and still show love to them. I just know I could beat them competitively. I know I could beat them.
Hey Ryan, Troy Michael Smith here from Juice Productions. Congrats on the W tonight. There's no doubt you have been transparent. In addition to being an excellent boxer, great knockout tonight. You're an excellent content creator. If you had to title the knockout tonight on your social media, what would you put it?
I got that knockout of Dior. That's right on Dior. Got that W in Dior.
And snakeskin.
I dropped them in drip. I dropped them in that Dior drip. I'm probably gonna capture that tomorrow. You got options. I do, many options. I'm gonna have to go in the lab and think about what's the best way to put it.
Stay tuned.
I'm posting tomorrow, it's too late now. You got the strategy, man.
Right, the moment that you step on the ring, you were completely focused. You knew what were you doing. You just attacked. You were focused, and as soon as you end up the fight, you had a message that was about the mental health and everything. But you knew exactly what were you doing on the ring tonight. The moment that you stepped, you were like that tiger that you said. The lion. I'm sorry, the lion that you said you were. What were you thinking tonight? Because you were like that fighter tonight.
You know, I've been trying to walk in truth these past 2 months. Going through my mental health issues really taught me to not rely on my feelings, to rely on the truth. So this whole time I just really was walking in faith, walking in truth, you know, not trusting my feelings, trusting how great I am as a fighter, and I believed it. And I just kept on telling myself, you know, in the ring, what's the best option here? You know, what can I hit him with? You know, what is he doing? And then I kept, you know, kind of having that in my mind the whole time. But it's a testimony to people that are going through something that, you know, these things that happen to you sometimes you quite don't understand. They're really your spirit telling you, you know, something's going on. And it really shows you who you really are. And internally, what you may need to work on, you know? And something outside your life or inside yourself is causing you to feel these ways. And, you know, God showed me definitely the truth and everything. And now I just walk in that. I trust the truth. And I thank God for all the wisdom and strength He gives me. And I walk in that in everything I do now. And I feel stronger as a person.
Muhammad Mubarak with the Electronic Airport Report. Congratulations on a great performance tonight. Is there anything that you think that you could have done more to make it an even greater fight?
I don't know. I don't think there was anything. I think the one thing I fixed was not rushing in, even when I had him hurt. And that's something I've been working on, something that I've been trusting. I'm going to get him later on. You know, he's getting broken down. I can see it in his face. But again, a hurt fighter is like a what you would call like a hurt animal in the wild. They're going to strike the hardest when they're hurt. So I kept on paying attention to that. A wounded animal is coming to, you know, they have to fend for their life. So I noticed every time I stepped to him and I thought he was hurt, he would shoot a big overhand. Like he tried to hit me with a little camel shot every time. It was like, try something new. I just kept my hand up. But that was the thing. I felt like I did everything that I wanted to come in. And I told everybody, if I could show my skills and get a knockout and show the fighter I truly am, I will be happy. And I'm super happy. Nah, not you.
Steve Correa, KOR Sports. Congratulations, man. Great performance. I see on your hand, one of your knuckles maybe a little kind of skin coming off. The other one looks a little, something.
I put liquid Band-Aid on it because I had little cuts from training.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, is hands fine? Everything's good?
Yeah, everything's great.
Did you hurt your hands just because you landed a lot of shots on them?
No, man, it's fine, man. I'm telling you, I was piecing people out. But my hands never had problems. My hands were great the whole fight. Everything was sharp. Like I didn't feel forced on anything. I just felt in tune. You know, I was on top of everything he did. Any move he made, I had an answer for it. And that's how I fight. I have really good reflexes. And I I fought exactly how I know I can fight. To me, it was a beautiful performance.
Did you feel better at 40 than you did at 35?
I can't tell the difference yet. You know, to me, 5 pounds is not that much. I still had to cut weight, and I hated every second of it. So it didn't matter if it was 140 or 135.
Okay, thank you, Steven. Next we have Francisco.
Right, congratulations, Francisco Salazar, Ring TV in Boston. You want the fight against Tank Davis. We saw where with Mukia and Charles that didn't happen. But how confident, 1 to 10, that you feel that will happen? That will happen there this year against Tank Davis.
I'm just going to leave it up to my team to figure that part out. Where there's a will, there's a way. And I'm just going to be out here to try to give the people what they want. And my team will figure that out. I don't know. He has to do it. But I know that Lupe has a great relationship with Al Heyman and everybody. So we'll figure it out.
Okay, this is the last question.
Let's stay positive about that. We'll figure it out. That's what the people want. We'll figure out a way to do it.
Hey Ryan, Judd Zimmerman, FightNews.com. Time to come back to Texas, man.
Oh yeah, man, I love it. I want to move over there.
I know.
Texas loves Ryan too.
I love it.
Hey, this was your second, I know you haven't had a relationship with Joe in the past, but this was your second fight with him. How much better did you feel coming into this fight with Joe? And you're working on new things in camp and, just overall?
I think we had a better structure in LA. I think that we trained better this time around. We were more focused. Everything was done with purpose. We worked together perfectly, and we figured the little things out, like the rapping. And we had little things that were kind of like we had to still figure out. I mean, you can't figure out anything like what do we have last time?
Can I say something?
Yeah, you say it immediately.
Hello? Look, when you train Ryan, you don't train Ryan. You train with Ryan because Ryan has the mentality of a coach. He's as smart as a coach. He sometimes says things and figures things out that I've never heard a fighter figure out before. So when you say Ryan and Joe, look, I gotta tell you, Ryan stands alone in my life, training guys, and I've done it over the decades, you guys know that. He stands alone as one of the most unique individuals I've ever coached, or coached with, because he is a coach as well as a great fighter and a great talent, a great personality. He's a wonderful young man. He's years beyond his age in thinking. His father and mother did a great job with him. I love Ryan. He's a loving person. And I think those things have to be said about him because, you could easily overlook stuff like that, but I don't. He's a unique individual like nobody I've ever met in this game. And so I want to give him a lot of the credit. So when people say, oh, coaching with Joe, I go, not really. Ryan is kind of like, he's a co-coach,
The thing I love about Joe is if I ever was afraid of anything during this camp, I could call him up and he'll help me try to find a truthful answer for it. Trust me, I went through a lot of this camp. One of the hardest things at this camp was the passing of my grandma. She died during this camp, and one of those days I said, I don't know what happened. I don't feel the same. And he really told me, like, you're grieving. And I was so focused, I just didn't understand why I wasn't moving. And he helped me, try to uplift me, bring me back. I also ended up getting a tattoo for no reason 2 weeks before the fight. And then it gets infected, and I'm like, oh, well, this sucks. But with the grace of God, I figured out a way to heal it quick.
Ryan's a perfectionist.
Yeah, and little things, I had to cook it, but Joe, I can rely on him to help me find any answer that I need to, and he's just a great coach, a great mentor, and I feel like I have 4 dads. My whole camp has great men around me that just tell me the truth. So thank you, Joe, for everything you built, and yeah, man.
Yeah, you're the best. You're the best.
Well, thank you, Ryan,
Thank
so
you,
much
guys.
for your time.
Thank you.
Uno ones, huh? González. What's up, brother?
Expect.
We're done. Ryan Garcia.
Can we? Sean, what did you think of your brother's performance, brother?
Amazing masterclass, like you said. Great.
Were you surprised that Javier got up from that left hook to the body? Because that was pretty vicious.
Honestly, Javier Fortuna surprised me. He was better than I thought, and he had a punch on him for real. And kind of tricky, but Ryan had to break him down, figure him out, and he got the job done.
You said he had a punch on him. Could you tell that was happening in the fight? That Ryan was kind of being a little cautious.
You got to be cautious. I mean, we underestimated his body shape and everything. We didn't think he would have a pop, but he actually had a pump because pop because you can tell when he did hit Ryan's gloves, you hear it. So with experience, when someone has a pop. And even Ryan said yes.
Thanks, Sean. Appreciate it, man.
Hey, wrong way, Bajoli.
Eso para mí no me importa, porque yo sé cómo es mi hijo, porque bien enfocado, sabe a boxear, prepara como un campeón. Lo que ellos dijeron o lo que el otro equipo dijeron de mi hijo, mira lo que pasó. Pero eso es la verdad. La verdad es si puede noquear, puede ganar, esa es la verdad. La otra cosa es puro.
Y como el otro día que Canelo dijo que todavía no era campeón, hoy sí lució con un buen knockout.
Ok, está bien, pero la cosa es, para mí, como te dije, si ganas y si puedes noquear, es todo lo que necesitas, ¿verdad?
Henry, Sean said
Henry,
that
I
he
gotta
could
ask
tell
you, why
Fortuna
Teo?
could hit.
I'm surprised by that. Why? What are you gonna see there?
Because absolutely.
Thank you guys.
The only
get that,
reason
yeah.
why
Thank you.
he said
Stay here, stay here. Yeah, no, that's it. Close the door. Come on! Let me get my soundbite. Come on! Get my soundbite. He wanted to talk.
He did want to talk. That's a bit.
All right, guys, thank you very much. Guys, you guys are going to start heading out to the nearest exit.
Probably not.
Like 5 people want to
Okay, there you go. The bottom line is it's hard to really tell how that would unfold. We'd have to sit there and war game that, just look at a lot of film. But we'd come up with a strategy, that's for sure. And we'd go in with only one intention, that would be to win.
Joe, talk about the fact that the last three.
Oh, watch this. Listen, Ryan wants to leave. So you need me. You need them to clear out, and you need me.
Thank you
Let's
guys
go.
so
Okay, thank you.
much.
I just wanted to make sure I was hearing that right.
He thinks I'm so bossy, guys. Oh, thank you.
Oh no, thank you.
I'm not, right? I'm not. It's okay, girl. It's okay. I get it.
Well, amazing things. Oh, wait, I love that. I love that. Call me this week. I got some time finally. Okay? Thank you. Uh-huh. How you doing, brother? How you doing? All right. Did you get something with Ryan?
Yeah, we did. We got it great.
Yeah. Okay, good. Well, they just cut that whole damn thing.
Yeah, I know, I got you.
Forget that.
I got you.
All right. Where am I going?
Joe, this way. Joe.
Where's Marcos? Joe! My old buddy.
Come on, Joe.
¿Cómo estás, Joe? No, bien, bien. ¿Usted? ¿Qué hora, hijo?
Did Ryan follow
Good to see
the?
you, Marcos. Always good to see you. Better than ever going to be.
Guys, I am starving. Please, let's go.
I'm not even holding him up.
I'm like getting hangry.
I'm not even holding him up. It's not
Come on,
even.
let's go.
You leaving? Go on. Bye. See you soon, hopefully.
Take next.
Huh?
Talk about it. Take next.
Thank you, brother. Yeah, I know a lot of people are saying that right now. I get it. But, you know. You're going to have to leave that to the big shots, Marcos. You know? I mean, they're talking about it. Tank's talking about it, so I guess they like it.
Going with you,
We'll see.
What about Teo? I was surprised about that.
He's still trying to get one. We can't Marcos in. I didn't do anything. Don't say you guys. I wasn't asking anything.
Hey guys. Everybody, thank you so much for coming.
Oh man, hilarious.
Perfect, right there.
All right, guys. It's a little glimpse of what media is like. Looks like. Appreciate you guys watching. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. And, I'll see you guys next time. Appreciate you.